what's the outlook for your trust? And I'm going to ask that to George. And that's 2025.
Yes. Well, it's been encouraging to see so far in 2025 small cap outperforming within Europe. And that certainly bucks a trend that's been in place quite the other way for the last few years. Now, perhaps unsurprisingly as a result of that, we see good upside across the stocks in our portfolio. I think particularly in those sectors that have suffered in the sort of post-COVID environment. I pick out, for example, healthcare there. Where we've moved from a case of those companies over-earning in the immediate post-COVID period to now potentially under-earning and offering very good value. I think taking a step back and looking at the small cap asset class, we can see that small caps now trade at a double-digit discount to their larger counterparts is really unprecedented and certainly hasn't been something that we've seen for the last couple of decades. So we think that that small cap effect has a great chance to work quite well over the next 5 or 10 years. I think finally, we're not the only ones to have spotted this. And one trend that we've really seen a pickup in the last 12 to 18 months has been more and more M&A within the portfolio. So even if public equity investors may stay shy and may not want to come in and buy small caps themselves, it seems that private equity and indeed trade buyers will.
Well, that's positive. It's good that people are realizing that there's value there and they're coming in and buying, and hopefully the message is going to be spreading, which it seems to be. Jules, what's the outlook for your trust in 2025?
Yeah, I agree with most of what George said. I mean, we think it's a very attractive time for the JPMorgan European Discovery Trust. First, because valuations today are really cheap. So you get a double discount on European small caps today. Europe is trading at a discount to the US, and then European small caps are trading at a discount to European large caps, which is really unusual because on average, they just provide more growth. The last time it happened was in 2000. If you look at the performance of small cap versus large cap in the following 5 years, it was a really, really good period to be invested in small caps. On top of that, I would repeat, but European smaller companies are more exposed to the European economy. So if you get a boost from increased fiscal spending in Germany, these companies which have more local production will benefit more. And so if we think about the portfolio today, we're very exposed to more domestic businesses, very simple supply chains, which will benefit from increased fiscal spending.
Excellent. Well, let's hope it's like 2000 again and that performance really comes through over the next 5 years. And Marcel, what's the outlook for your trust in 2025?
Yeah, I mean, I would echo what everybody has been saying in terms of, Europe really does have the potential to shine over the next kind of 12 months. The only thing I would counteract is, potential tariff and, if that pushes the US into recession, whether or not, Europe is selling directly into the US, and those sectors will have a knock-on impact. So balancing those two, is tricky, and we try to remain broadly balanced and focus on stock picking. But beyond that, beyond these short-term headwinds, hopefully, which are short-term around tariffs and around secondary, third-order impacts, I do think we do believe that, the long-term structural changes that the US has kind of pushed on or kind of encouraged Europe to adopt will last far beyond that. So how that plays out in 2025 is tough to call, but beyond that, we are definitely more positive on Europe than we've been for a while.